I think part of it too is it comes down to whether Christians are ready to meet the moment. And I don't necessarily just mean public missionaries or even churches per se. I just mean individual believers are equipped and prepared to have discussions with friends and family whenever God should bring the opportunity into their lives. That's going to play a huge role in what this looks like. Also, the early church, from the apostles to basically the time of Emperor Constantine, when Christianity was legalized and then legally enforced 70 years later. Those first couple hundred years were intense. Persecution, kind of roiling periodically through the empire, people having to count the cost to be a Christian. And in many parts of the world today, that is still true. But in the West, not yet. And so without that pressure that you can't just stand up and say, I love Jesus in certain places of the world today without risking martyrdom, execution. But that doesn't exist in the West, and so it's very easy and cheap to say, I love Jesus. And I don't expect that's going to change anytime soon. So Does that produce a church that's ready to meet this moment? It's not looking optimistic, but individual believers, again, that's anyone's guess.
Do you think it comes down to people just needing to open up the Bible and reading it for themselves? Because I feel like that's kind of a shortcoming that you see in a lot of organized churches, is that they kind of cherry pick the readings and they kind of frame it in a certain way. It's not as they don't really take it for its full value, I would say. Do you think that maybe a more encouragement to just opening up the book and reading it, and maybe even just going over it with somebody close to you, or trying to start small, maybe that's a better way to go about it than trying to go to a church and letting somebody essentially do it for you?